Hey guys, so as you can tell, I'm in my old location, and I'm just doing that today to make it a little bit easier because I'm doing an updated foundation routine. I just did a heavy foundation routine, but this is the routine like I'll do for work. It's really, really light and really, really easy. The other one is for like very, very full coverage. This is not so much full coverage. So we'll start off using this little complexion primer potion just because you guys can't tell. But right here, I just have some big pores and I just like to cover that up. So we just put a little tiny bit on your finger. You don't need a lot at all. And I usually use my anti-redness primer, but today I'm not going to because I'm using a different product that really helps even out my skin tone. So now that that's rubbed in, I'm going to take my Origins Vitazing Energy Boost Moisturizer. This is like a tinted moisturizer. It is a moisturizer, but whenever you take it off, like on your little pad, it's like a tinted moisturizer almost. So it's not like a ton of coverage, but it really does even out my skin tone. So just pay attention to what my skin looks like now, and I'm gonna take this, and a little of this goes a long way. I have oily skin, and this is not oil free, so a little tiny bit, like that much, and you can always go back in with more. So we'll just dot that. And you'll just rub that in. It's not so much of a tinted moisturizer that you have to like worry about like having a line or anything, but it's just so nice to have. I'm gonna go back in real quick because I feel like I need to get a little bit on my chin. So I definitely missed that. And a little bit more on my cheeks since they're so red. So we'll just rub this in. Alright. So if you can tell, it really does help even out my skin tone. I mean, it's not like a really full coverage or anything. It's just really, really nice to have to put on. And the next step I'm going to take, while I've really let that soak into my skin, I'm going to use my Garnier Anti-Dark Circle Roller. I'll just rub that in. I'm not trying to distract you guys by like not looking at the camera. It's just it's harder to look in the camera because of, I don't know, it's just easier to look in a mirror. But I'm going to try to work on looking on the camera while doing my makeup because I know it is distracting. So that's one. And the next step will be to take my e.l.f. Tinted Moisturizer with SPF 20. And I'm going to take my e.l.f. Flat Top Powder Brush. And I like to use this, put a little bit on top. That much should be good. And then you're just going to take it. Oh, and see, that's the bad thing about this brush. It falls off of the brush. It doesn't stick on the brush. So hang on. Fell off the brush onto my desk. Let's try this again. Put a little bit on. That much should be good. And you can always go back and add more, but it's really hard whenever you put too much on. So you're going to take, and you're just going to stipple it onto your face. And the worst part about it is usually, like, whenever you do the first pat, it, like, goes on to wherever you pat it on first. Like, and like I said, you can always go back and use more, but just go in. Alright. So this is just like a nice light foundation. You don't want to ever use this tinted moisturizer if you need full coverage, because it doesn't matter how many layers you put onto this, like it's not gonna be full coverage. It's very, very light. It's very good for summer if you like to still have something on your face, but not like that heavy foundation routine like I did. And then the next step will be to take this. I absolutely love this brush, and I am planning on doing a review on it. My Sonia Kashuk. This, like, it's supposed to be a foundation brush, but I use this for concealer because it'll be really hard to, like, put on your foundation with this. So it's like this bullet-shaped brush. And I'm going to take my Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer. And just, you can put it on with your finger, or I like to put it like right on the brush. And you only need a little bit, like that much. And you can go back and put more on, but like I said, it's really hard once you put too much on to like fix it. And just put that on your problem areas. I have a few zits here or there. And on my lips, you guys probably can never see them, but like there's two spots like right here that are always way darker on my skin tone. And it's really, really weird. And then you just blend this in. I love this brush. You guys will see. It does a really nice job. It really doesn't streak. Like, you really don't have to work with it. And with a light hand, you're just going to go in and pat this in so you don't, like, get rid of all the concealer. Because sometimes you pat too hard. It gets rid of all the concealer. Alright. And then the next step will be, I take 2 powders. The first powder that I use is my e.l.f. Complexion Perfection powder, just to go over with really, really quick. And I just take this Face Secrets Deluxe powder brush, and I really just rub that in a few times. You can see. I tap off the extra, and I just very, very lightly like go through and just pat that on just to help set my makeup. But I have a very light hand about it because you don't want to like buff out all of your concealer and everything that you just used. And then the next step I'm going to take is I'm going to go in with the second powder, because the e.l.f. Complexion Perfection doesn't help my skin not stay oily. And I found that these 2 steps that I've taken, the Complexion Perfection and then taking my Palladio Rice powder over top, has really helped me control my oil really well, which is really nice because I have such a problem with it. But I also have been changing my skincare routine, so I think that has been doing a lot. So if you guys want to see that, like how I've been really controlling my oil, let me know. But then you're just going to take this and like tap it in the cup, tap off the extra, and you don't need a lot because I'm only using it for my T-zone because that is where I get the most oil at. And then just slightly go over everything. You're just going to buff everything in, but with a really, really light hand. Alright. And then the final step will be, I haven't been using blush just because I haven't been using my anti-dark circle redness primer, or my redness primer, wherever that came from. But since it's summertime, I've been liking to use a bronzer as my blush, which I was a little bit worried about because I didn't know how it was going to look because I am so pale. But you just have to find the right bronzer. And I found that the Rimmel London Natural Bronzer in Sundance has really been working for me. So we're just going to take that and an e.l.f. blush brush, and you just want to get a little bit on. And you're going to get the excess off. And then you're just going to put it on like you would regular blush. I just go like this, and I bring it up to the temple. And so you don't need a little. I just feel like it really looks beautiful, and especially for summertime, having a little bit of bronzer, there's nothing wrong with it. I was worried about like wearing bronzer for summer because I am so pale, like I said, but one of the girls that I watched, Peachy Pink, she's extremely pale. Like, she's Chinese or Japanese, so she's very, very pale, but she wears bronzer and it looks really nice on her. So, and then just the same step. And it just gives you nice color. I find that this really like goes over the redness. Like, I don't really have to worry about my redness too much lately. So that is my light foundation routine. Some people may think that this is too heavy, but my heavy foundation routine was definitely really, really heavy. But this is nice for summertime. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment below and let me know what you think. Bye!